Today we're going to go over how to hire a consultant and how to accept a contract as a consultant. Right now I'm logged in as a sponsor. I simply come on down here and I can find the particular consultants I'm looking for. You can view their profile, select the Contact Me button, and speak with them immediately right now. You can contact as many consultants as you want. The only requirement is that all timesheet management and payment is done over the FindPharmaPros platform as agreed to in the terms and conditions. In this case, I'll assume that I've already contacted this person, had an interview, really like them, I'd like to hire them. So I'll click Hire Consultant. Now to the job title, project title, I'll say Head of FinOps. Description could be anything I want. Lead my FinOps team. For hourly rate, I'll set him at $300 an hour. Number of weeks, do any number of weeks here. This can always change. I'll do 52. Likely this already would have been discussed offline and you and the consultant would have entered into an agreement, like a scope of work and maybe even an MSA, separately off the platform. Doing so allows you to have ultimate flexibility so you can use whichever template you feel most comfortable, and it gives you direct access to the consultant. So you click on Hire Consultant. Now the contract's been successfully created. So if I go up here to work, I see we successfully offered this individual a head of clinical operations. They will now receive an email notification requesting they accept it. I'm now on the consultants page. I just got offered a new contract. I'll go here to work. And what I'll find is I'll see I have been offered this particular contract from this individual. So I'll click View It. And I can see some of the details here. Hourly rate, the duration, parties, timeline, and so on. I'm going to accept this contract. I've now accepted the contract. Once I've accepted the contract, I'm ready to start doing work. We have now gone to the point, after doing work on your specific contract, you're probably wondering, how do I submit my timesheet? Per the terms and conditions, submission of the timesheet and payment must be handled on the FindPharmaPros platform. This can all be done very easily. So you go up to work, and you're going to go ahead, you see your contract here. This is one that was accepted. And then next you go to the timesheet page. You'll see in this case we don't have any timesheets because we haven't created it yet. So we'll create a timesheet. And from here, I'll see my contract here, Head of Clinical Operations. I'll click on that. And then I'll click Continue to Review. This confirms that I am in fact in the right place. You see valid date range 2026 to 2027. This was a 52-week contract. Continue to review. Now it's time to create timesheet. First, you simply add your first line item here. The weeks start on Mondays. So I'll go ahead and I'll click here, 13th. I'm going to go ahead 9 to 5. That's totally fine. And I'll say project meetings. Let me do this. Project meetings. Protocol development and team building. You can enter as much or as little as you prefer into the description. Talk with your client to see how much detail they want you to go into. Then you add it. Now you see we have a line item 9 to 5. You see we have the description here. It's cut off a bit, but when your client goes into timesheet details, they'll be able to see the full details. From there, we do submit for approval. Submit timesheet, yes. Your timesheet is now submitted. To check the status of your timesheet, you go back to work and you see timesheets. And from here you see it's submitted unpaid. The first status indicates the status of your timesheet. The second status will indicate your payment and where exactly it's currently at in the process. Refer to the Stripe onboarding for more details to make sure you're set up to accept payments. Today we're going over how to approve timesheets and pay your consultants. As a reminder, all timesheet management and payment can easily be handled all in one place on the FindPharmaPros platform. It's the exact same template every single time and the exact same process. It's completely streamlined and must be done on the FindPharmaPros platform per the terms and conditions that were assigned at account creation. I've already had a consultant set up a contract with me and submit a timesheet. You will get an email notification for each timesheet. I simply go up to work, and then I go to timesheets. And I see for this particular individual right here, I see this one is still pending. We have Head of Clinical Ops, Matthew Failer here, and we can do multiple things here. You can go ahead and you can review the timesheet, and you can update the status as well. To do this, you can simply click Reject, Approve and Pay, or View Timesheet. I recommend you view the timesheet. And from there, you see their details here. You'll then go ahead and click Approve Timesheet. Or, of course, you could reject it, and they'll receive a notification and the status will change. Now, there's multiple ways to pay. As soon as you approve the timesheet must be paid. You can pay now with ACH, in which you have to enter your routing and account information. It's likely you may not know your routing and account information. In that case, especially when you need to get your finance team involved, most people will pay via invoice link. So I'll select that in this case. Once I create a new invoice link, I'll receive an invoice that I can share directly with anybody in my company. So I'll copy the link here. I highly recommend you share this with your finance team if that's who pays our invoices. This invoice is also emailed to your email on file as well. You have a couple different ways to pay the consultant's invoice. The first is by debit or credit card, but we don't expect that to be used too often. The second is by US bank account. Here, you or a member of your finance team can log in to their exact bank account right here, access it, and pay the consultant immediately. Alternately, you could enter the bank details manually. No login required. Simply click this, and it's your routing account and confirm the account number. This is great because anyone can access this invoice, whoever has the link. So if you're not aware of your company's login information or your routing or account number, I highly recommend you send them this invoice link to pay the contractor. And for that, that's all we have for how to pay and approve timesheets on FindPharmaPros.